Hi guys, so in today's lesson we're going to begin learning towards the C. It's on page 16 of your step 2 handbook. So you want to just good time to get that open and tune your guitar. If you look at the start of the piece, it says 4/4, so we already know that piece has 4 beats in each bar, and we're quite familiar with the idea of 4/4. If you just take a look at the top line, and just before where it says 4/4 you see a sharp symbol, or it looks a little bit like a hashtag, and that sharp symbol, if you look closely, is placed on the very first line of our music, normally where you would find the F note. And what that is actually telling us is that every F note that we come across in this piece, if there are any, should be sharpened to F sharp. So what that means is that rather than playing an F, you would play an F sharp. Okay? Now, if you take a look at the start of your beginning of your handbook, so let's turn to page 7. And if you look at the bottom of page 7, you'll see your G major scale. And let's take a look at the notes that are on the G major scale. We have G, A, B, C, D, E, and then we have what? An F sharp note. That's because in the G major scale and in the key of G major, every F note is sharpened to become F sharp. Okay? So, if in the key of G major every F is sharpened, and then we flick back to our piece towards the C, and we're being told that every F note is being sharpened in this piece, we now know that this piece of music is written in the key of G major, and we are using the notes that you find in the G major scale. Okay, so this piece of music is written in the key of G major. And just incidentally, where that little sharp sign is written just before the 4/4, anytime where you see those sharp signs and things like that, that is referred to as the key signature. In other words, it's telling us what key the piece is written in. Okay, so let's move on. That was just a little bit of theory. So we're going to start off with our first bar, and our first bar is actually called a pickup bar, because what we have here are 2 quaver notes that make up 1 beat. So there's only 1 beat in this bar. Now, as you've already maybe said, you're probably thinking to yourself, but Andrew, you've told me that there's 4 beats in the bar. Where are the other 3? That's because in music it's quite common for pieces of music to begin with a bar that doesn't have the full amount of beats that we would normally expect. So this is our pickup bar. Okay? And the 3 beats that are missing are made up for on the very last bar. So if you go right to the very last bar in the piece, you'll see that we have a minim, the last 2 beats, and a crotchet, the last 1 beat. So that's how the 3 beats are made up for. Okay, so now we've done a lot of talking, let's get down to playing. So our pickup bar is a B and a D note. Okay, and if you look at your tablet here, it's telling you what frets those are on. So we're playing an open B string, which is on the 2nd string, and then we're going to play our 3rd fret on the 2nd string, which is our D note. And the timing of these, you would we're going to count it as 4 and. We're going to go 4 and. Okay, I'll do it again, 4 and. Another fun way of counting 2 quavers together is to use the word chicken. So you could go chicken, and those are your first 2 notes. Okay, we're now going to move on from the pickup bar to the next bar that we're going to refer to as bar number 1, because it's the first full bar. Now what I'm going to do, start off with, I'm going to clap the notes for each bar. Okay, and I want you to maybe try and clap along with me. So the first note is a crotchet, so we'll call that 1. So we go 1, and then we have 2 quavers, which are taking up beat 2, and we count them as 2 and. So we go 2 and. So the first 3 notes of this bar go like this: 1, 2 and. Try and pause the video and maybe try that before you move on. And then the next note is a crotchet, and it's taking up beat 3. So we go 3. So the first 4 notes go like this: 1, 2 and 3. Then the last 2 notes are again quavers, and they are taking up all of beat 4. So we go like this: 4 and. So all of bar 1 goes like this: 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. So maybe just try to clap that with me after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Okay, and then let's try and play it. So the notes, if you want to jot down these notes on your handbook, are E, E, D, and then B, A, G. Okay, and we're using our, remember, just use your second finger for second fret notes and third finger for third fret notes. So we're going to start off with our E note, which is an open note just on our first string. So we go 1, and then we have our 2 quavers, 2 and. Okay, that's an E and a D note. So the first 3 notes go like this. And then we're going to play then another B note for beat 3. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Then the last 2 notes are an A and a G note on our third string. And it goes like this: 4 and. So the whole bar sounds like this. I'll do it again. And you might just want to try and play the pickup bar on bar number 1 together, so it sounds like this. Okay, and moving on, bar number 2, okay, you'll see that we have a white note, but there's something different about this note. This note has a dot beside it, and it's called a dotted minim. And rather than lasting just 2 beats, because it has a dot beside it, it lasts 3. So we're playing a B note that lasts for 3 beats. So that's our second string open, and it goes 1, 2, 3. Then we're playing 2 quavers at the end, which is taking up beat 4, and that's a B and a D, or a 0 and a 3 that you'll see there on your tablature, and it goes 4 and. And again, for a little bit of fun, you might just want to count that as chickens. You go 1, 2, 3, chicken. Okay, so our first 3 bars, our pickup bar and bars 1 and 2 go like this. So just remember to make sure you let that dotted minim ring out for 3 beats. Okay, so I've talked well enough. Have a go at the pickup bar and bars 1 and 2, and when you're ready, we can move on to the next video.